Hey everybody, it's your girl Sherry. Welcome back to another episode of Alleged Actually Podcast. So, first of all, had to hop on live so I can talk about, of course, none other than the Grand Dame herself, Karen Huger. Today was her sentencing, y'all. But before we get into that, I guess you guys can see I kind of have a basic setup here. For the next month, I am going to be staying out at my husband and I's second property. So we've got lots of projects going on here. So I don't have my official studio set up just yet. Bear with me though, because I will have a nice setup very soon. And then when we return back to our primary residence, it'll be business as usual. But you guys know that even though I'm here, I'm still going to be hopping on and giving you that good content. So I wanted to hop on live so we could talk about what happened with Miss Karen Huger. Now, I came on Monday and did a Sherry's Quick Snip, which is my brief segment when I talk about all things that are going on in the Bravo world. Quick recaps, not even full recaps, thoughts, and then, some of the stuff that's been going on in the Bravo universe lately. Big headline today. Karen Huger was sentenced to 2 years in prison, y'all, with a suspended sentence, meaning that she will serve a year in prison. Now, before I really get into it, though, let me just say real quick, if you haven't yet, go ahead and give me the thumbs up on this live. Go ahead and like it. If you haven't yet and you've been enjoying the content over here at Alleged Actually, come on and join the Actualizer family and hit that subscribe button. And also, go ahead and share with the masses because we will be back. Normally tonight would be our Bravo Bestie Breakdown with Joey. We're going to actually bring that to you all tomorrow where we're going to talk about Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Y'all, that was quite the episode. We're going to talk about Miss Sutton Strack and the whole my wallet is bigger than yours of it all. But for right now, y'all, we are going to talk about what happened with Miss Karen Huger. So, right now we're in reunion mode with Real Housewives of Potomac. And we know that Karen was a no-show because at the time of filming the reunion, she was in rehab. Well, like I told you on Monday, if you haven't caught that, you can go back and watch that video. But what we talked about was that she had checked herself into a 28-day program, which come to find out is more like a spa retreat type situation in Palm Beach, Florida. But she did complete her 28-day treatment where she had been in for a triple diagnosis. Many of us are familiar with dual diagnosis where they'll treat you for some sort of substance abuse as well as some sort of mental issue. With her, it was treatment for trauma, her misuse of antidepressants, and that relationship with alcohol. Now, we talked about how she did not admit that she was an alcoholic. However, we also found out that prior to her sentencing today, she had 3 other driving while intoxicated convictions, one of which the third was pled down to reckless driving. So here she is again in front of a judge with her 4th one. So she did, in fact, get sentenced, y'all. The prosecutors were really going for 6 months, in jail. And the judge went with the 2 year, which was the most that she could get, with a year of that suspended so that she will be, in fact, doing a year in prison. Y'all, she was taken into custody at the end of sentencing. And before she was taken away, it was reported that she did look at Ray. Ray was in court with her. She was dressed all in black. And she looked at him and said that, you're going to be okay. God's got you. I will tell you, it says the Montgomery County Circuit Court judge, like I told you, sentenced her for a year with a 1 year suspended sentence. She's also ordered to pay a $2,900 amount of money in fines. She cannot drive for a year after she's released, and 5 years probation upon release with an interlock device or a car breathalyzer. And following the court appearance, she was expected to be taken to the Montgomery County Correctional Facility. So, like I said, Y'all, she will be serving her sentence. Um, what do I think? Well, I know that I've read a lot of the fan comments. A lot of you all are certainly thinking, she got what she deserved. My thoughts was Karen obviously has a problem. Um, she definitely has a problem. And I don't know why her attorneys, and perhaps her attorneys did advise her to plead guilty and to show some humility, but we've watched her on Potomac. We watched her this last season. She was in a real, just in a state of denial, no accountability. Some would even say, the word was used emboldened, where she just seemed, like she was bigger than it. And humility goes a long way, y'all. Where Karen went wrong was she did not take ownership of what she's done. She did not lean into the fact that she obviously needs some help. And I really think now, being that it was her fourth offense, it may not have changed anything. I strongly believe because it was also stated that initially the judge was going to send her into a program, but retracted that and went with the prison sentence. Some say that if this is what it takes to wake her up, so be it, because it could save her life and certainly the lives of others. It was obvious that at status quo, things were not going to change. She had promised that she would start attending AAA groups. Or AA groups, I'm sorry. She had talked about her trauma and, now had apologized, written letters of apology to the arresting officers. And we saw how that went on the body cam footage, how she talked to them. But it was just, y'all, sadly, it just seemed it was a little bit too late. And, I don't know, people say, oh, how do you think she's going to do in jail? How do you think you would do in prison or jail? Not well, right? No. But I will say that my sincere hope is because nothing seemed to stick for her. Your fourth time, I hope that she takes this time. She'll have no choice, right? But I hope this is going to be a time where she does some work on herself. It's definitely humbling. She's going to have to be humbled, and I don't know what her future will be. It certainly doesn't mean that we won't see her back on our screens. We've seen enough housewives to know that jail sentences and prison time does not keep them off our screens. So she very well could be back to Potomac in a year or so. She may be willing to then be a different Karen and share her story. Maybe then, her cause of action will be to help someone not make the same mistakes she did. I guess that's the best that we can hope for. So you guys weigh in and let me know what you thought. Did you think that was a fair sentence for her? Do you think that this is going to change Karen for the better? I like to hear from you all. So let me know your thoughts. I just wanted to hop on for a quick minute. So that's what I got for you. Y'all tune in tomorrow when I'll be back with Joey for our Bravo Bestie breakdown, and we'll be talking all things Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. So come on back tomorrow. So until then, y'all, good night.